And we're back. Second video is recording now. Let's do it. I plan on doing like a video every other week, so once a video every 2 weeks ish. But yeah, so today we're gonna take you through my editing process and how I kind of like edit in my workflow, and hopefully you learn a few things here and there, and hopefully I learn a few things just saying it out loud. So today we're gonna go through a women's lacrosse video I made this past Saturday. It took me like 2 hours, I think, to edit it. So 2 hours for 30 seconds. That's my timing. So I'm gonna break down the edit. It should be fairly straightforward. Once you see like my timeline and everything, you'll understand like how I like go about editing. The first step I kind of envision is thinking of it as a puzzle. Like there is a final video that I have envisioned in my head, and then I add the intro, I add the end, I had the middle section. That's not always the case every time, but it's a puzzle, so you kind of learn as you way you go, and sometimes the puzzle changes, sometimes the pieces change, and that's just how it goes. So I've been editing for since COVID. I kind of got into it more and more in COVID. I'll show some of my like early edits. They're like meaningful to me, but they're not good at all. So here they are.
Fuck up the party, fuck up the party. I'm drinking that Espa, you in the club and you drinking Bacardi. You drinking that what? Rockin' my shit like the Rico and then you just rockin' that Hardy. So fine boy. Jump on your bitch out the road like my name was Jeff Hardy. Dog on the 2, 2, 3, 5 like a Rari. Yeah, diamonds in my tooth, the van draw. My brother moving hard and so. You thinking tough, know how to get you. Let your lid knock your man.
So that's when I started. I was kind of just editing with my friends, footage with my friends, just having a love for creating and all that stuff. So now it's 2024. So about 3-ish and 3.5, 4-ish years, I would say. Kind of getting more and more into it as the years go on and as my time working in the industry goes on and on and on. Editing is where like the story really unfolds and unravels. It's where like it's the final step. It's when like the actual puzzle gets put together. I like to kind of think of it as filming is creating the image, creating the actual art, and then editing is putting the puzzle pieces together. Sometimes they're rearranged as you think of it when you actually make the picture, the art frame as a whole, but sometimes it's a whole different picture. So it kind of like makes its own story at the end of the day. And I think that's like one of the cool things about editing too, is like everyone has their own different styles and everyone has their own different techniques and whatnot to portray the same story. All right, without further ado, let's get this show on the road, and I'll open up my timeline to show you guys how my editing process works. So now we're in my my editing software. I currently use Final Cut. It's what I've learned on. It's what works best for me. Is it the best one? That's up to you and how you say it. I would do your own research and kind of look what softwares you like the best and how you work in them and whatnot. I would honestly suggest DaVinci overall. The first thing I would do is think about what emotion and what kind of feeling you want to evoke. Like if you want to like use a rap song that's very high tempo or a song that in general is just very high tempo, then you're going to have faster cuts and you're going to have quicker edits and you're going to have quicker movement. So for this video exactly, wait, hold on. Let me show it to you guys first. Here it is.
That you and I had always known one another. That we would not only evoke, but conjure heights and morale, and everywhere that has ever existed. It's all on the surface of our dream.
Okay, so for this video exactly, I got the audio scrolling on Instagram. This song is unique because it's sad. You know, it has like those like more piano chords and whatnot, but it's also kind of fast paced, which is nice. So it's a combination of two worlds, which you'll see my use of slow motion plus my use of faster cuts in the video. Yeah, so here's my timeline. So just a quick brief explanation, I guess. Here is the song. You'll see like the marks I have on it, and like where it faded out and whatnot. The first step of video is kind of like listening to it like 3 or 4 times and envision like the edit that you want, and start to like kind of piece those puzzles into the mind that I've been talking about. The second step I would say is grab the attention of your audience. For this video and like most of my content work, I create videos for social media. So people's attention on social media compared to like movie theaters, I guess, is like 6 seconds, 6 to 7 seconds. It's really bad now. So I would say the first 2 seconds of the video, it cannot be like the first clip cannot be more than 2 seconds. I know I just fumbled on that wording, but yeah. So if you can see here, it's 2 seconds and 10 frames. Sorry, I have wording here, right here. So I'm fine with that being 2 seconds and 10 frames. That's okay. But yeah, so if you see a 5-minute mark, I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think. I have 9 clips in 5 seconds, so that's pretty good. But yeah, so let's just watch the first intro. Yeah, so there's that little quick doo-doo-doo part. Right here, you see the clips are very short. Sorry if I'm explaining this whack, but I'll get better as time goes on. But yeah, so there's my roommates are talking. But so here are the fast short clips. Here's the actual section itself. First clip, second clip, third, fourth, and then it flows out. Yeah, so that part of my actual microphone died. Sorry about that, but I have the computer, so it's gonna sound a little whack. But here you go. Lower the volume a little bit. And then I like to add flash burns and chemical burns over it, as you can see here, and also motion blur. This is without motion blur. It's good. It's just a little hard and choppy. Pause. But yeah. So if you add that little motion blur, it kind of flows and smooths all the edits together into like one massive chunk. Most of these clips are stabilized. So the first clip, I'll give you an example. Final Cut has a really good stabilization. So this is it without stabilization. It's whack. But yeah, so with the combination of the FX3 and Final Cut stabilization, it looks very smooth. It looks like gimbal works, so that's great. So I don't have to buy gimbal. Now we're after the retention part and we're before the beat drop. I like to add like this like preparation mode, kind of like you're preparing for the beat drop, you're preparing for the in-game action, like show what they did to prepare for it. So this one is, got one clip of a girl walking around getting in line. The second clip is a girl putting on her goggles, which I really like because like it shows like, you're getting ready for the action, you're getting ready to play. And then ladders drill, pan up, or tilt up, sorry. This one I decided to not use stabilization for. Here, I'll let you watch it. This is no stabilization. And for this one, I didn't want to put stabilization because it's like, you have like the pre-game nerves and you have whatever. And if I added stabilization, it was kind of feel like it's like very relaxed and very whatever. And that's not what the vibe was before pre-game. Like, everyone has those pre-game nerves. Everyone has those jitters. So having that shakiness in there, it kind of helps emphasize that emotion in the clip. So the second tip I would say is like follow the tempo of the song. I say it in the beginning too with like slow motion and like the sadder songs. But yeah, so if you follow the tempo of the songs and you edit on that tempo, it doesn't have to always hit on the 808 or like the beat or the hi-hat. And one more thing I would say is like when you edit on beat and on tempo, it helps the audience be more engaged and more into the world of your video. So I would say right here is where like is a good example of it. You hear like the four. I'll show without the the video first, but you hear the 4 like do 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 do. Dun 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 dun, and then here's it with the video. So yeah, you can see it. I wouldn't say don't do it exactly every single time. I like to have my action parts after the beat drop. So I have a girl scoring a goal, and then her reaction to it, and then I have this fast clap. But that's like just my puzzle pieces. I don't really want to like explain like exactly how I edit, just because I don't want you to take it as step-by-step basis. That's not like art, really. I don't know. That's not really like what I want to explain. I want you guys to take like grains of salt, bits and grains of my advice, and kind of incorporate it and take it and spin it your way. That's my goal. But yeah, so then I have a goal, quick reaction, quick flash, for transitions, more action, reaction. Action to reaction is a good transition. It kind of helps the video flow together, and after you score a goal or after you shoot a basketball and hit a 3, like the players usually give good celebrations. In basketball, they give the 3 and you'll hear the boom and whatnot. And lacrosse, they throw the stick down, as you can see here. They throw the stick down for the refs to check it. But yeah, so they give good reactions. After I have like a very fast cuts, I like to like calm everyone down by having like a video drag out. So that's the kind of point of this video here. And again, that's stabilization 100%. Here's it without stabilization. It's kind of crazy how good stabilization is in Final Cut. I would highly suggest you to use it. There's action shots, there's framing shots, reaction shots, and then you end it off. I mean, I like to end it off with, sometimes I like to end it off on the beat. Sometimes I like to end it off on the beat drop, and like a miss 3, but like you end it right before it misses, so it looks like it goes in. Sometimes I don't. It really depends on the video and how I'm feeling that day and how my creative process kind of unfolds. So yeah, so there's a saying called "steal like an artist," where it's kind of like you take instead of, I don't like the word steal, but it's you take inspiration like an artist, I guess. Steal like an artist basically means just take inspiration from other different arts and kind of curate it into your own, like, oh, I like this one song, I'm gonna use it. Oh, I like this guy's editing, I'm gonna use his style for like an intro clip. Maybe another guy's editing for a different clip. Oh, I like this guy's cinematography, I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna try that technique out on this video, on this clip. Oh, I like this guy's coloring. Oh, I like this guy's sound design. And the list goes on and on and on. And kind of just like curate that into your own work. And that's how you find your own style and you find your own voice and be yourself in this field. So that's very important. Hopefully this video is better than my first video. There was some technical difficulties, so sorry about that. But I appreciate you guys watching to the end. Yeah, signing off. Peace.